Welcome back to Tran wins Baldur's Gate 3. We're going to go ahead and change gears a little bit so that I can try to get more than one like per video. Istvan K, you are our second win in this. You keep the playlist going. We're going to go ahead and have her jump off, take 7 damage, because we're going to do a rest in order to bring in a pair that you wouldn't normally be bringing into the grove.
I'll be keeping an eye on you. Understand?
If I choose to kill you, you will not even see it.
Instead of being completely blind, I did a play test of this next section several times in order to write down who approved or disapproved of what actions.
Dead goblins. Dead travelers.
I wonder where they were going.
We won't be interacting with anything besides recruiting that extra character.
You know what I really miss about Baldur's Gate? The food. Freshest fish I've ever had.
I don't care for fish. Red meat, now, that's a different matter. Rare as can be. Dripping.
Well, unless we find a cure, you won't have any teeth to chew it with soon enough.
How much farther can I go?
Over here is Karlach, another origin character. Normally you get her after the grove because you start down here and you work your way. Everything is all passes lead to this, which leads us into the Emerald Grove town. So you pass it and you get Karlach later. We're going to bring her into town. Tried to douse the flames.
Steady on, soldier. That's the stuff. Oh, fuck me. It's you, from the Nautiloid. Please tell me I found you before those so-called paladins of Tyr did.
I don't remember you from the ship. Where were you?
Now that's a story, and I'll tell it to you, but truth be told, we shouldn't stay here too long. See, these paladins have...
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
"10 years ago, I was sold to the Archdevil Zariel. She put a Hellfire engine in my chest and made me her prize soldier. But I've escaped now. Thank you, Mind Flayers. And I've got a few scores to settle. If this engine doesn't burn me to ash first, I'll need people I can trust. An infernal mechanic, and a serious amount of luck. But you know what? I'm not worried. After 10 years in the Hells, I can take on anything. I've got my chance at freedom, and believe me, I'm going home. What was that?
Oh, the way these RPGs typically work is there's going to be almost no point in asking these characters where they were on the ship. It's the tadpole in our heads. It connects us.
Fuck's sake. Mountains as far as the eye can see. Guess that explains the voices. From that peek I got into your head, you've made some inroads trying to get the thing sorted. But alas, no joy. I'm Karlach. And you are?
Also, there's almost no point in telling people your name because these are voiced characters and they're never going to say your name. I'm your key to curing that tadpole. Eventually.
Really now? First I catch a ride out of Avernus, then I stumble into a friend. Who's the goddess of luck again? I owe her a flower. Now that we're old pals, how would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? A little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good at killing demons. Really good. So good, Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. Took me 10 years to properly escape, but now I'm free. Zariel sent goon after goon to hunt me down. But believe me when I tell you, I'm not going. The latest yappy little dogs she sicked on me are nearby. A group of dopes posing as paladins of Tyr. Want to help me take them down?
So, you want me to kill the people hunting you?
Don't worry, I'll lead the charge. I could use your help. There's a lot of them, and only one of me. After that, we can team up. Take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
I like her. She looks like she could throw me over her shoulder and carry me to safety. Should the need arise.
Why should I do your dirty work?
Dirty work's the only kind I like. Gets even messier the more bodies you throw at it. Think of the potential.
Alright, let's do it.
Fuck yes. They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Hang on though. Looks like you got enough backup at your side. Not sure there's room for me. I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun stuff without me. Got it?
So everybody knows where my camp is, except for me. However, I can get to my camp by clicking this button. First, let's go and loot her backpack that she left behind. And then we'll just click Go to Camp. You can also click Long Rest and Short Rest, and in this case, we actually do want to do Long Rest. We'll take things one step at a time. General tutorial. At your camp, you can take a long rest and fully heal your party. You can also manage party members, advance relationships with your companions, store items, and eventually change your character and recruit more followers. Change my character? I get to change my... Okay, cool. Now, she did say that she can't join my party because I have a maximum of 4. There is a mod that allows you to have like 18 or something, but it does kind of break the game in other ways. I'm not talking about combat. I don't really care even about the combat. If I weren't recording, I would totally use that mod. Leave the camp when you're ready to get back to your adventure. So we want to actually end the day with Karlach in our party, and then doing so we'll summon another character who is not available once you've recruited Karlach. As in, he's not... He will join you, but you won't be able to find him. You have to rest in order to bring him up. We want to end the day? Yes.
The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good after the Mind Flare ship. But you just can't get enough of me, can you?
Karlach, Advocatus Diaboli, the stink of Avernus.
Blade of the Frontiers, hero of the Sword Coast. Have I got that right?
Pride of the coast, in the flesh. And you've got...
A great fire roars through you, the fire of the first hell. You are the Blade of Frontiers, racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single-curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high. He chases the fiend, ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil, a threat to the living, evil incarnate.
"7 years ago, I was exiled from Baldur's Gate, the city I call home. My name is Wyll, but the people of the Sword Coast call me the Blade of Frontiers, champion of the meek, defender of the innocent. The truth isn't quite so simple, but they're right about one thing. I hunt monsters, and I always catch my prey. My latest target is a devil, and I'm right on her tail. Once I'm through with her, she'll never escape the fires of the first hell. Your ally's a fraud, a soldier in the Archdevil Zariel's army. Either I cut her down, or she burns the Sword Coast to ash.
I've tried to tell you, I am not what you think I am. I'm...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. The man shudders with Karlach's desperation. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
By Baldur's helm, No! I will not be tricked!
You saw the truth. I may be an effective soldier, but I never wanted to serve Zariel. Legged it away from her the first chance I got.
And yet you served.
Be practical. You're infected, same as us. You need allies, not enemies.
The man catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
No! Devils cannot be trusted!
You saw Karlach's thoughts. She poses no threat to the Sword Coast.
Would you listen to sense? This doesn't have to end badly. For either of us. You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today. Truce?
I'll do you one better. Allies. We're looking to get rid of these parasites for good. And ruin some bastards' days while we're at it. Sounds like your kind of venture.
I've not grown any tentacles yet, thank Baldrin. But luck won't be on our side forever. Yes, you have my blade. Your leader willing, of course.
Well, soldier, what's the word?
Well, the more the merrier, as they say.
Hey!
Well met. And 1,000 sorries. I've pledged my life to protecting the meek from monsters. But tonight, I was the rampaging beast. I see the good in you, Karlach. I promise not to lose sight of it, even when the hells burn hottest.
The famous Blade of Frontiers in the flesh. Clever, this hero act you've got going.
Hero, Blade, names strangers gave me. My friends call me Wyll.
Excellent. If we ever become friends, I'll know what to call you.
I'm also going to talk to everybody in the camp just to rearrange our party for this next foray into the village.
Glad Wyll saw sense. Even more glad he decided to stick around. Takes a pretty slick mover to track down old Karlach.
Yeah, you're pretty loud.
Fair. But still, the man's got a reputation for being lethal with that blade. I'm glad it's on our side.
The Blade of Frontiers. Let's hope Wyll lives up to his name. We'll need all the help we can get.
We should journey separately for now. I'll look for you here if I need you again.
If you're sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Fine. I'll be here whenever you rediscover your taste in company.
Also, by doing so, I end up holding her artifact for whatever reason. I don't know if the game will take that into account later. I can't give it back to her. It's actually permanently bound to your character at this point.
What's the story?
Come on, we're heading out.
Aces.
So, we're traveling with the famed Blade of Frontiers. I feel safer already.
I think it's better if you stay here in camp for a while.
Oh, darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special.
Yeah, just stay here.
I guess I'll spend my evenings lounging here while you do all the hard work. It sounds awful.
The Githyanki people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak. Roughly translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet, benevolent burden. His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor, not so much.
I'm going to need you to wait in camp for me.
Chuck, you believe you can survive without me?
Yeah, I'm not arguing. You remain here.
As you say, do not keep me waiting.
Oops. Apparently I clicked on the level up icon. That's fine. I'll be editing out the loading. For whatever reason, it takes a very long time to load this. Even though I have the hide interface button like this, I can see all of this during the loading part. We're gonna go let her accept level 2 barbarian and just move on. It was suggested I get speak with animals as a ability, so we're gonna have her, the barbarian, learn how to be a wild heart subclass, gaining the speak with animals divination spell. As for what rage we're going to pick, I think I'm going to do elk heart. I don't know how good this is, but we can always change it later. Bear heart, whoops, I hit my middle mouse button, which I've queued to be the hide interface. But bear heart gives me unrelenting ferocity, which heals me once per rage. I mean, that sounds not bad. I'm not sure how many times I get to rage in battle, maybe all the time. Yeah, it doesn't tell me what limitation I have on rage, so it could be just whenever I feel like it. The eagle heart is maybe if I'm above someone. Tiger heart lets me bleed enemies. And wolf heart lets me gain additional movement for someone who's near me. Yeah, I think we're going to go elk heart. I can just click it so that we can do a charge attack. It sounds good. I'm not really sure piercings are the way to go when you're in melee combat. It feels like something that you would easily get hooked on something and hurt. Not that that's a thing in the game, of course.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly.
Someone set you on Karlach's tail. I'd like to know who.
I can say only this. Karlach's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance.
All right, good. I deserve answers.
And you'll have them. But I can't promise you'll like them. The Blade of Frontiers at your calling.
I'd like you to join me.
That's the spirit.
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately.
Join me, why don't you? There's plenty of adventure to be had.
With pleasure. Lead on.
So this will be our team for the village. The camera delays and then pans back forcibly to my party leader. And then we're going to finish the day. I'm not allowed to leave the camp while it's at night. Full resting. Use the required amount of camp supplies to fully rest, recovering your hit points, spell slots, and short rests. Not using enough camp supplies to rest will only partially recover your resources. We're just going to do a partial rest. It's fine. I'm not worried about this. We'll camp without supplies. We probably won't be running short, especially if I end up stealing from everybody in town, which I won't bore you with tedium on camera. Okay, so our characters have now recovered, and this is the setup. We can level up Wyll. He is actually a warlock.
Where am I needed?
Who uses a blade, which, I mean, I guess that's a thing. I mean, that's actually kind of what I'm going for, because charisma tends to be a very powerful stat as of some edition of D&D. The reason why is it was always kind of the dump stat is what it used to be called. And so each class individually tries to make charisma a very powerful skill. But when you start multi-classing, you basically take that 100% extra power of charisma and then start adding on top of each other. Whereas something like, say, strength is generally good, so it doesn't get as many features. But charisma, you don't really have much of a use for it in battle. As I said, I plan on leveraging charisma as a warlock because I wanted a character who would be the face of our team. He is also a warlock, and I don't know if we'll level him up that way. Let's go ahead and leave. Actually, instead of clicking leave camp, which will just return us back to where we found Karlach, we're going to click on one of these buttons, which will return us to that waypoint. So we're going to click on Emerald Grove Environs. Now we're able to enter the village with two people that we normally wouldn't have at this point. Wyll is recruited inside, and Karlach is recruited after.
Goblins. What's next?
You led them to our door! And you was ready to let them have us. Don't blame me for your idiotic mistakes. I blame you for locking us out, leaving us to die. There are people here, children! Tieflings, you mean?
What did you just say?
I should have known. Can't trust the devil.
Watch your tongue before it's too late!
Or what, Horns? What?
There are children here, you fool!
We was running for our lives.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
One fight just ended, and now you're picking another. Relax.
Tell that to the dead at the gate.
Shut it, Horns! I'd be lying dead next to the goblins if you'd stalled any longer.
My duty is to this camp.
Oh, God forbid you risk your precious tail. But I shouldn't be surprised. Foulbloods ain't known for courage.
You see the tiefling's jaw clench. He's about to erupt.
This, I think, is randomized, which one's going to attack the other, which will change which of these options you get, but it all really ends up pretty similar. What I mean is sometimes he'll knock out the human, and sometimes the human will knock out the tiefling. We are going to knock out the human, because the human is just being a problem. Of course, we get a critical fail. We could use our inspiration on this, but I think we're going to hold off, so we'll just leave it alone.
He acts before you can intervene. With a thunk, the armored man collapses, unconscious.
Enough. The goblins have found us. No doubt the beasts will be back. We need to pack up and leave. Immediately!
Oof.
That could have been worse.
That looked like
Let's
it hurt.
try to avoid any more punching.
For
We need to find a
once.
healer.
Seems his... Now that's settled. Thank you for your help out there. I'm Zevlor,
What is this place?
a druid's grove dedicated to the Oak Father Sylvanus. You'll find its keepers just as thorny, I fear. Whatever your business, I'd see to it quickly. The druids are forcing everyone out. This attack will only strengthen their resolve.
Why are they forcing you out?
There have been several attacks by different monsters. The druids blame us outsiders for drawing them here. Nobody's welcome anymore. They've started a ritual to cut the grove off from the world outside. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. We're no fighters.
In that case, what brought you here?
We're refugees from Elturel. We took shelter here after gnolls attacked us on the road. We were bound for Baldur's Gate, and it was too late to turn back. Elturel had no place for tieflings after the descent.
Gods! These are those thieves! Their whole city was dragged into Avernus for a while. Zariel was delighted. When they made it back out, I hoped they got their happy ending.
Is there a place for tieflings anywhere?
A fair point. We can only hope the citizens of Baldur's Gate are more open-minded. But we can't get there with those beasts blocking our path.
I need a healer.
Goblin got you. The druid Halsin's a renowned healer, but he didn't make it back from Aradin's expedition. If it's not too serious, you could try his apprentice Nettie. She's with the other druids in the Inner Grove. They've withdrawn there to prepare this damn ritual of theirs.
This ritual, is there no way to convince the druids to stop it?
I've tried. Kagha, their new first druid, won't even see me. You, though... I know it's not your business, but she owes you for saving this place. Perhaps you could persuade her, for more time to prepare, if nothing else.
Yeah? What are you offering for my aid?
We'd owe you a great debt. What little we have, we'll scrape together. It isn't coin we need, it's time.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Kagha's a piece of work. Let's see if your wit surpasses your might.
You'll find the druids at the heart of the grove. Please, make them see sense before more lives are lost.
So at this point, I could also pilfer everything this guy has. Let's actually just see what he has at least.
Joking about Octopus just a moment ago.
We have a Eridan's key, a stamped handbill.
Now what? We dig a hole.
Why don't we just help ourselves to this key? Failed. I'm not sure it matters if you fail to a person who's knocked out.
Yeah.
Using a 5-finger discount.
That would be good.
I heard my character whisper something about a 5-finger discount. For some reason, I'm getting a lot of audio skips during the recording right now. Perhaps it's because I'm loading a town. I will be trying to edit to fix all of that, but I might miss some. We'll go and talk to this guy and wake him up.
First, I damn near die at the hands of goblins. Then, a foul blood takes his frustrations out on me. I'm done with this hellhole.
Those two must have history.
History? The human's a bigot, and he should have got the beating he deserved.
It might not actually be random. It might be dependent on which of those 4 options you pick. If you go that way, you will be unable to stop this bugbear in time. But as you approach here, this bugbear starts making a move towards her.
Jimmy on the go.
Let's try Rage Elkhart. It looks like we have 3 rage charges. Barbarian Rage. To keep raging, you have to attack an enemy or take damage each turn. Does that actually do damage to him if I do it like this? Not enough movement. What? Well, that's kind of a waste of a rage then. Well, maybe I can swing at him still. Oh, probably not. Do we have anything to throw on us? Let's throw a great axe at him just for the heck of it. 3 damage. He has 32 hit points, so he won't fall asleep to this. But we might be able to lower his life a little bit more. Wyll is still level 1, that's fine. We're not going to worry too much about that. Can I just target him more than once, or is that how you do it? There you go. I mean, I wasn't trying to triple sleep him, I just didn't have any other targets.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Which one's the dash? This one.
Breathe deep and move.
She doesn't even put it in her hand. Oh, that takes up my action as well. Which means that she won't actually get to fulfill her rage requirement. That's fine. Does this affect teammates? Oh wait, he's got the evocation thing. It should not affect teammates. Let's see if a prone target can go flying. Achievement, shove off. Kill a creature with falling damage. Karlach's your hero. She stopped him from ambushing you.
You have good timing. Never been much of a fighter, so wrestling a bugbear would have gone poorly. But you're not here for heroics, are you? Avernus's stench is all over your skin. Let me guess. Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back. But too bad. I earned it, fair and square.
My devil mistress can go screw herself. I don't serve Zariel or anyone.
Yet I'd clock you as one of her bruisers a mile off. You want me to believe you reek of Avernus by, what, coincidence?
I'm Karlach. If you've spent any time in Avernus, you might have heard of me.
My gods, of course. Zariel's prize soldier. You must know what it's like trying to evade a devil better than anyone.
Here. Take this. It's worth a fortune. But a fortune's not worth much if you're dead. Consider it payment for saving my life.
A soul coin, true to its name, holds a mortal soul inside. It serves in the Nine Hells as very valuable currency.
You can do this with any character, but I tried to give you the most flavor. This telescope will take a little while to do stuff, but I'll have some things I can talk about in the meantime.
You peer through the telescope.
Alright, so we have to wait for this whole animation to play out. This is actually the last part of my recording for the town because I forgot to kill the Bugbear. We're gonna focus on the telescope at a distant object to try to get a clear view. So I'll be splicing this in right before I reach the merchant, and so when you don't see the level up icon anymore, that's why, because I forgot to do the Bugbear. And I'm moving it into this part of the episode for a more coherent explanation of the town. As I said, this is really just like what you're seeing here. I could probably smash spacebar. I'm giving you the full telescopic experience. This is what the game makes you do.
You see a dragon circling like a bird of prey, hunting.
Sure I do. I mean, if I didn't show you that I already hit one, it's just taking a while for some reason. If you listen real close, you can hear me pressing it.
The telescope points to the left.
Whatever, this telescope was just broken. Of course, what every person eventually does is when they get a gauntlet hand icon, they try to pick someone's nose. Let's move the telescope to the right, now that we've seen the crash site.
The telescope points straight ahead.
And of course, that leads to the dragon. Alright, I'm gonna go and mash spacebar at this point. I hope that you'll pardon that I skipped the exciting telescopic view, but I can't do anything about this.
The telescope points to the right.
Okay, let's mash spacebar a few times. Like you can see, it's appearing because I'm mashing spacebar, so I guess it doesn't really help. And then we leave. Okay, let's run over to the merchant, and then the Tran from when I was going through the town will be there to talk you through what's going on.
Our Lady of Silver. Please. You rest.
With animal speaking, you can talk to things like squirrel. I guess we can hit that on the way. But you can also substitute animal handling instead, if you don't have it yet.
When I was homesick.
Get out!
The squirrel lunges at your foot and bites it.
Calm down. I'm a friend.
You barged in without an invitation. I wouldn't call that friendly. See, you're in my territory, and I want you gone.
I can eat you whole. You can pretend I'm gone when you're in the dark of my belly.
Okay, calm down. We can make a deal. How about this? You can stay if you keep those ugly feet on the ground. I'll even sweeten the pot. Found some weird smelling stuff on the ground. You can keep it, but these trees are mine. Follow the rules and I won't have to intervene. Got it?
Yeah, thanks. And then we get this. Hyena ear. You can still get the hyena ear and so-called permission to go through the squirrel territory with just animal handling.
How much farther can I go?
So once you cross this threshold, you get an autosave and a bunch of loud people back here that will interrupt my original recording.
This is about your precious Baldur's Gate.
I care about our lives.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
Are you really locking down the grove?
I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day.
What about the people here?
We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanas guard them as they continue their travels.
Typical tree hugger. You just said the region's overrun by monsters. They won't survive by themselves.
As I said, it's a drastic measure. But the survival of the grove is paramount. There just aren't enough supplies to support everyone.
You'd even try to defend the gate. Just show me what you have and I'll get out of here.
Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
In this menu, we have the bartering section and the trading section. In the bartering section, whatever these things cost, which is this right here, we can select. And if I hit barter now, I will give this over for 4 points. Well, it won't even be a whole point. Let's actually find out how much something is worth. Here we have a 6 gold goblin bow. If I hit this scale icon, he'll give me 6 gold for it and we'll be even. But this won't improve his attitude towards me.
This is about your precious Baldur's Gate.
I'm assuming that I know there's people yelling in the background. There's it's a little distracting to me. But if I don't have him pay me, then when I just hit the barter button, this will give him the bow and his attitude will improve. We're gonna donate this item, and it improved by 1 point. I'm assuming that the higher his attitude, the more money he will pay me for future sales. So if I keep donating things that are fairly worthless, no, I cannot shift click here. I'll give him a bunch of this worthless stuff. Let's see how much this is worth. It went up to 15. So if we kept doing this for a bit, maybe we'd get much better deals. This food pack is, if I wanted to buy it, it's 97. So let's try giving him a few more things, like a skull.
We don't even know these people.
That doesn't matter.
Of course it does. You would choose strangers over us.
That's not what I said.
Can we stop shouting? No?
Alright, so it may not have increased and changed the value any until I get to this yellow bar. So let's keep giving him stuff. Unfortunately, many of the random junk that I have is at the base. Almost there. Have some scrolls. There we go. Now we're at the happy zone, and it's down to 93. Not a very significant deal. Let's try buying one of these just to see what it's like. So I would pay him, and this is how the whole process would work. A normal trading screen. However,
I won't leave them behind.
these people are so loud. All right, so if you click in this toggle switch here instead, you can just directly trade for money. But if I wanted to sell this amethyst ring for 8 gold, bam, I now have 8 gold. There's none of that extra step. So bartering is probably only useful if you wanted to donate stuff. Unless you actually like bartering, but I don't think anybody's going to go through that much hassle.
Sylvanas, guide your path.
Be careful near a trader's watchful eyes. Their attitude towards you affects the price of their stock. Alright, you people, you are so loud.
Hells! We can't just leave. They're kin!
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blades and spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay! These people aren't fighters. We can help!
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
For whatever reason, Wyll and Karlach and everybody else don't seem to care if you try to persuade them or not. For almost every other interaction in this, they are very picky people and they approve at the slightest thing and disapprove of you at the slightest rebuke. We'll go ahead and say that they should stay in the possibility that this spares their lives in case they end up as bodies or something later down the road. Or we can just get another critical fail.
No! This place is a death trap! Let us leave! Immediately!
Or would you deny your brother here his chance at fortune in Baldur's Gate?
You want fortune? There's coin in it if you stay.
You know, that money could go towards a spiffy new outfit for your apprenticeship.
Surgen. Fine. Give it here. If we survive, it'll make for a good story, I suppose.
Thank you, Roland. And thank you, friend.
Yeah, these people were yelling the entire time I was trying to talk to this guy.
Don't be grumpy, Roland. We'll get to the city soon.
I am not grumpy.
The scowl on your face would frighten a troll.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, there's way too much talking.
Children! Look who's here.
Alright, so normally if you didn't recruit Karlach, then Wyll would be here. But once you recruit Karlach, Wyll disappears from this little zone and is ready to ambush you at your camp.
I saw you at the gates. You fight well. A few words for the kids? Spare a story or two.
They're just children. Why are you teaching them to fight?
It's that, or teach them to beg for their lives. The goblins will chase us to Baldur's Gate, and these kids know it. A warrior like you could lift their spirits.
I'll lift their spirits by wiping out that whole camp of goblins by myself.
Thanks. I prefer when they smile.
Step, parry, strike, damn it! It's just not... Ah! Sorry. I've never seen your faces. Well, I should get back to it.
You yelp like a frightened dog because of my face?
No offense meant. I was just surprised. Concentrating on this blasted target. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
Oh, this... I didn't see this before. I guess we could try it. I've run several simulations through this town, and that was never an option for me before.
He was only a boy. And I just froze while the wall tore his head clean off. Never again.
Okay. I'm going to pick this one because this was unlocked as a result of Detect Thoughts. But normally you could pick one of these and get a battle axe. Let's try this. Clear your mind.
You're right. I need to clear my head. And step, parry, step, swing. Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use.
And if I give him this last bit of advice, Wyll appreciates it. One last thing, don't shout out your moves like that. Spoils the surprise for your foe.
Oh, yes. I'll bite my tongue when the time comes.
It's actually been not too easy for me to write down whenever people approve of this move, because sometimes it just flies by too fast. I'm not sure what triggers it, but it just disappears even before it lands. Keep training. In time, you'll make short work of any goblins.
Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about. The druids are treating us like vermin. But I'll keep at it. Thank you. Hold. And step, swing, parry, swing. Excellent.
Before talking to this kid, you'll want someone with the highest perception possible. We'll be back through with Astarion or somebody else, because we're going to move through with a good party first.
It can't keep its eyes off me.
Well, I didn't know you were into that. We'll move through with a good party first and then an evil party later for maximum approval. I mean, I could min-max it more by dropping people before doing things that they would disapprove of, but I am recording this with a bit of efficiency in mind.
Ah, you're addressing me, a humble ox. How quaint.
Haven't you ever met anyone who could speak to oxen?
A druid or two, I suppose. But the novelty remains fresh.
Did you come from Ilturio with the others?
I suppose I did. Yes. I had quite a life in Elturul. Chewing cud, pulling carts, etc.
There's something strange about this ox. What is it?
Something's off. This creature isn't what it appears to be.
There's more to you than meets the eye. Care to explain?
No. You are incapable.
Out with it, Cal, or you're going to regret it. Extra intimidate this Cal. We even critically failed it, or well, we would have if we didn't have an advantage.
I'll tell you this much. I'm going to Baldur's Gate, with or without the rest of these poor sods. Now, that's all I have to say besides, and I really mean this, moo. Nothing here for you.
Another one. What are you under there, then? Ant? Or rocks?
What are you talking about?
The keepers of this place. They change their form to fit their need. They become birds, to hunt on the wing. Bears to tear flesh with teeth. But for me, only oxen, only same old hay. And I cannot even eat it, because the horned ones hide their shiny bits inside.
Shiny bits? The tieflings put something in your hay?
Hiding things. Thinking they're clever. Not clever. Sometimes I eat the shiny bits, and they have to go looking for them on the other end.
Doesn't look like I can find anything here.
Be gone. I am hungry.
Looky!
So this is the what they were talking about, the shiny bits. Doesn't seem like he cared that I grabbed that.
Let's ride.
We'll be back through with Astarion, kind of a evil party-esque group. The good party to do things that people like, and then the evil party to do things the player likes.
Please, let us through! Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, hellspawn, and you will wait for Kagha's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
That's probably one of the better ways to end the conversation with someone. So at this point, I want to force a conversation or banter with Karlach, so we're going to move Gale and Wyll off to the side.
Salutations.
Damn it! We could have taken those guards.
I'd rather you not get eaten by a bear. I could try greasing.
We need to get Arabella out now.
You heard the guards. They're waiting on Kagha to give word.
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells than trust that snake. Ugh!
I saw what happened. Why are the druids holding your daughter?
Arabella tried to steal their idol. Druids lost their damn minds about it. They need it for their precious ritual.
Oh, it's all my fault. I told her I wished the wretched thing would just disappear, or better yet, explode.
Now Arabella's being judged by a bunch of druids who hate us. That's not right.
Poor thing must be terrified. Who do they think they are, keeping her away from her folks?
If you speak with, say, Gale, and he's chosen for banter, you just get no banter whatsoever. If I pick this one here, I would get Wyll and Karlach's approval. Because Wyll is not near the conversation, he's not going to give me that approval.
Make one up.
So we'll just move him back over.
You can do that.
And you can always do this kind of thing in order to make sure that certain people don't approve or disapprove of your actions. Just move them out of earshot. And then we can say, she's just a child. The druids are overreacting. I'll talk to them.
Thank you. They won't give us the time of day.
Hurry! I'm at the end of my tether as is. Can't take this waiting.
And you'll have blood on your hands.
She must be terrified.
I'm going to go to camp and swap out from the good party to the evil party real quick. We'll go and pick levels for everybody. Since this is a warlock and my protagonist character is a warlock, we're actually going to go and change him class. I don't really know what we're going to change him, so we'll try Bard. Because I want him to be charisma based, and I'm thinking that my main character is going to be a paladin. Warlock paladin, and so his choice is either warlock sorcerer or warlock bard. So we'll just go Bard. Cantrips. So these are bardic cantrips. Disadvantage on next attack roll. I think the leader already has friends as a spell. So we'll do minor illusion. And this might be useful if I can't reach somebody and I can keep him from hurting me. So we'll do minor illusion and vicious mockery as our cantrips. As for our spells, cancel these. Let's get Featherfall because there's jumping, so that means that there's a lot of vertical mechanics. Nobody that I have yet has that. I'm thinking maybe Animal Friendship. I don't know for sure if this is something that we'll ever use on a dialogue menu. I don't really have an interest in using it in combat or whatever, because you get more for killing an enemy, right? You get more rewards, whether it's experience or loot. I'm going to pick this in the hopes that it has some sort of dialogue mechanic. We'll take Speak with Animals so that we have an alternative person besides Karlach, in case she's not someone that will either stay with us or is usable for a certain situation. And maybe Thunderwave? I guess let's try that. So those are his starting bardic spells. I don't really know what the difference is between these as a technique in the game. Since he kind of looks like a sophisticated dude, we'll give him a violin, I guess. As for skill proficiency, we're going to change him to performance. The protagonist already has deception, intimidation, and persuasion, but he doesn't necessarily have performance. This will give him a little bit of that. So maybe I should just pick something else entirely, such as sleight of hand. I don't know. I guess performance is fine. It might come in handy for some sort of bardic check later. I mean, obviously it makes sense performance for bards, but since it wasn't given to me, who knows? Maybe I don't really need to pick it. It's moving around on me. He gets half of his proficiency bonus in all non-proficient skills. He can give me short rests, which I haven't yet done any rests at this time, other than Summon Will, I suppose. Go with Tasha's Hideous Laughter. It looks like it targets one creature, and it might make the enemy go pro. Controlling the enemy is a great thing that you can do in games where hit points exist. You don't generally one-shot somebody. If somebody has 70 hit points, 4 times damage and stuff, yeah, you can make a build with like Kukri and critical. This is not something that we're in the immediate future of doing, so perhaps controlling the enemy is useful. Oh, and when I got Detect Thoughts, maybe I drank a potion or read a scroll or something. I don't know how I got the option to do Detect Thoughts, but that is one of the, I guess, buffs that are currently on my character. Why don't we go ahead and just pick that as one of our skills since we know that's a thing. And maybe invisibility. I don't know if. Oh no, it says it breaks when I interact with items. Okay, never mind. See invisibility? Will that come in handy in a dialogue check or event check? We'll do hold person for now. That's generally a very good skill. I mean, okay, I'm basing off of the TSR Gold Box days, but that was a killer spell. That and Stinking Cloud. Yeah, that's for this good team. We're going to go ahead and remove everybody.
Hey, soldier.
You need to remain behind in camp.
Oh, come on. You don't mean that.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, fine. I'll be here eating dirt or whatever.
Yeah, you do that.
Best be on my way.
How can I help?
You know how you can help? Get away from me.
I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be here in the meantime, idling away the hours.
Yep. That's what you need to do.
Well met.
Well met and good day.
Are you sure? The blade stands at the ready. And just when things were warming up.
Be wary of false promises. The missing druid, Halsin, was it? He may be talented, but only a Githyanki Zathis can cleanse an embedded tadpole.
Yeah, you're quite full of yourself, huh? Why don't you go and join me?
It is done.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
Line up.
Darling, I thought you'd never ask. Lead on.
Something the matter?
Join me.
All right. Some company wouldn't hurt on the road, especially if there's trouble.
Now we're going to level all these people up. Now, once we reach level 3, we get to pick subclasses, which is why I'm talking about all of this stuff. As a level 3 Githyanki, she gets the transmutation jump spell. Looks like she can cast it on other people. I'm not entirely sure that's accurate. Like, am I interpreting this correctly? She can cast it at a melee range of 2 meters. If so, that means that she can make our main character jump pretty far, because our main character does not have any good jumping distance. As our subclass, we can pick between Battle Master, a spellcasting knight, or a champion, which allows me to do a critical hit when I roll 19 and 20. Unfortunately, I don't think this has any other stackable. At the moment, I think I'm going to go with Battle Master. This gives me something called Superiority Dice, which will be used to activate maneuvers. I'm not entirely sure if this will be the right thing to pick, but for now I'm going to pick Disarming Attack, so that we have someone else who can remove enemies' weapons. Her Burn Blade comes from removing one enemy's weapon, and if they're not carrying a backup weapon, they are sunk. So I basically have nullified an enemy's existence. Sure, he might punch me, but that's a lot better than getting a two-hander. We're going to also go Riposte and Sweeping Attack. Riposte will allow me to just hit back anytime an enemy hits me, and Sweeping Attack will give me a multi-target ability for her. So she has a single target ability, a multi-target ability, and just something to keep her alive or do more damage. Also, something to note is that you can hit the U button, the letter U on your keyboard, to draw your weapon. And then if your weapon is drawn, you to put it up. However, one thing to note is that because she has a blade, a burning blade, she actually refuses to sheath it. Now, she will sheath it when she's not the controlled character in your camp. Looks like, so that way she can get out a book or something. But because I think it's a burning weapon, she refuses to have it sheathed under player control. For Astarion, we're going to go Assassin. As default, I guess they're suggesting that I make him an arcane trickster, but because our main character is a warlock, we don't really need more magic. We probably need more roguey stuff. So either Thief, which would let me have an extra bonus action and resistance to falling damage. But combat is typically what you will have problems with. We're going to go with Assassination Initiative, letting me take advantage on enemies that haven't moved, letting me do critical hit on enemies that are surprised, and on the first turn of battle, it looks like he gets an action and bonus action. His level ups are a little more boring because I don't get to pick anything for him. And finally for Shadowheart, looks like she doesn't get a subclass yet. Okay, I mean, alright, whatever. Now, can I cancel some of these? For example, create water. I don't know when she got that, but I think I can. Yeah, I can replace that with prepared spells. One of the loading tips says I can change prepared spells even when I'm just walking around, just as long as I'm not in combat. Prepared spells, I guess, only matter for what's being prepared for battle. I'm used to the old idea, and I don't know if this is a computer thing or the 5th edition thing, but I'm used to the old idea that if your spell isn't memorized at the beginning of the day, you are out of luck. You don't just get to change your mind later. I don't know if that's a computer thing or not. Let's see, where do you get someone with hold person? Spiritual weapon sounds pretty cool. It gives me an extra body on the field, essentially. You think she'd have a darkness spell considering she worships the greater deity of darkness. Shar's feared for her power over the night. But instead, she just has blindness, so I guess we'll go with that. The main reason I'm thinking of blindness is not actually for battle usage. I think it'd be cool to be able to cast it on somebody outside of battle and then just steal from them, but I don't know if the game will just start battle if I cast this. I guess there's only one way to find out. Silence might be good, because if I try opening chests around a person, they'll hear it. So I might need blindness and silence to do something like that. Why don't we go ahead and remove bless and add silence. That way it can be the ultimate thief, right? Alright, so this is my evil party. Let's head back to town.
Remember? Come on. Just once.
Come, Magrin, give him a chance. You, get back.
Alright, this next thing I do is not actually going to be what we consider part of our canon playthrough. I just want to show you that I thought this was cool when I was doing like 6 playthroughs of this area. First, we're going to click ignore them and proceed.
Stop! Another step, and Magrin will tear you open like a sack of grain.
Then we're going to click attack them. The reason why I think this is cool is there's this whole scene that plays out as a result. And I don't know if this is something that happens at the end of whatever quest line is in this town, or if this is just, you know, me making a rift occur. I'm not actually sure what the long-term ramifications are. Again, this is not something we're going to keep, but I thought it was cool and wanted to share it. Can't move right now because it's loading stuff.
The Outlander serves Zevlor!
The time has come. Remove the outsiders!
And yeah, so apparently the druids really hate the tieflings. I'm in a fight with these three, and all of these guys, they're not actually running away. What's going on is they're actually starting a fight of their own elsewhere. Here are the tieflings, and when the druids reach them, they start fighting, and they're fighting independently of what we do. Actually, let's try to run close enough to them. Dash and run over there. Apparently your stuff got all messed up again. Okay, we're close enough to kind of watch what's going on. I'm gonna disable my interface. I just don't want the running icon. So we can kind of see that the AI is just doing its own fight, independent of our turns on this side. And this is not a cutscene fight, this is an actual fight that's going on. Maybe this just normally happens later on, I don't know. Because my playtests have only been, I think we'll say, let's see here, if we have good and evil teams, and let's say there's a yes and no for each character, I've done probably 4 runs through this village, just picking different options to maximize approval and disapproval ratings. Of course, there will be times where you want to add extra people, but I just wanted to make it 2 teams for this recording purposes. Maybe a more informed playthrough is one you want to see, maybe a blind playthrough is one you want to see, I don't know. But I will say that it took a lot longer to make this kind of episode. But we're gonna go and load, but yeah, this is running concurrently with our fight over here.
You, get back!
Why? What's so special down here?
It's forbidden to outsiders. Kagha's orders.
I'm not looking for trouble. Can't you just let me by?
No, and you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Kagha wants to see you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much. There's a whole extra area here, which I haven't actually reconned very well, because I did get my butt kicked. I also intentionally picked bad choices.
Ah, my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
Fine. Ask your questions.
Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
We're gonna give them an exact description.
Goblins were of a rare, jam-colored hue and wielded magic blowguns.
A myth weaver. This man has no respect for truth.
And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
What? Dragon? There wasn't any dragon.
Witnesses failed to notice the obvious dragon. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
I don't remember. I was concentrating on not letting everybody die.
Really? Well, this does complicate things. But then again, well, never mind. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
Goblin superstition. Not worth the ink and parchment.
Ah, but is superstition all?
These goblins are informed by a kind of strategy anathema to their kind. I, for one, intend to get to the bottom of it. I'm just preparing to head to their camp as we speak, in fact. If you'll excuse me, I ought not to door roll.
What? Wait, about our conversation earlier, why the dragon?
My friend, every story benefits from a dragon. Until we meet again. Pardon me, I must prepare to travel. Good day, my friend.
You have different buttons here. We can switch characters, which I think I did during the Mind Flayer part in one of the first episodes. You can also trade with them, even if they're not a merchant. By doing so, you can forcibly increase their friendship with you, or just sell off your random junk like these boots or something. He has a Whispering Promise: when I heal a creature, I get 1d4 to attack rolls. That actually sounds not bad. If I get this, I could actually give this to Gale, and he can learn that wizard spell for me. So why don't we, just for the heck of it, buy a scroll. It's not necessary. I could have just done the trade and barter. There we go. Of course, if you're really clever, you can buy everything and then steal your stuff back. So we'll be doing that off camera, obviously. Don't be too surprised when I walk out of here wearing everything that everybody had. I clicked here, but I think he's trying to walk up the tree. These druids don't really have anything to say.
I smell drama amongst these adventurers. What have you heard?
If I had a fish, I could move Tuffet, but in the meantime, I'll just try a roll. Oh, I do have a fish. Yeah, let's first do animal handling. Of course. Tuffet did not like that. Be gone, Tuffet. With this, you can use these levers to navigate up and down the grove quicker. There's also, if you can just, I'm gonna hit the O command on my keyboard. You can just, the tree now is obscuring it. All right, here, let me ride this elevator up, and I'll show you. It's fine, you guys can stay down there. I'll be back in a bit. All right, so now that I'm at a higher floor, I can actually pan over here without it zooming to the bottom platform, but there's a chest right here. We can get that as well with the Yankee Jump and the Feather Fall ability, or whatever we choose to do, or just take the damage. That is a chest we'll be grabbing on the way.
Speak.
I'm looking for a healer. Help me narrow the search.
Find Nettie in her room. Through the carved door, deeper in the grove.
It doesn't look like you're helping with the ritual.
The ritual is Kagha's decision, but she is not our leader. Master Halsin welcomed the refugees in. I wait for him to resolve this.
Halsin won't be resolving anything if he's dead.
Pray he is not, for the refugees' sake.
What were you saying to that bird?
The bird knows. She needs to know. You do not.
Wow, and here I was thinking that not all druids had their heads stuffed up their butt cheeks.
Forgive me. It is not you I fear. It is my brethren. More follow Kagha every day. They are afraid, and she offers a simple solution. Eject the refugees, and we will be safe.
Do you think she's wrong for that?
Perhaps not. But that does not make it right. Only Master Halsin can stop this. I pray my bird returns with news of him. If not, I fear for my people.
What are you doing, dude?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Have you lost your senses, Kagha? Release her.
She stole the idol of Sylvanas. She must pay the price. We will imprison the thief under guard of my serpent. When we cast out the rest, she may join them. Let the devil be an example. We will tolerate outlanders no longer. The grove will be made safe. The circle will be closed.
I will have left that loading screen in because she starts speaking before I finish loading in. And if I were to walk for it, I would have cut them off from that dialogue. That's why I waited by the door.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Kagha. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
And she says this as she's looking right at me. Oh, that's fine. We don't really care, but for now, we'll do nothing.
Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Teela is restless.
Come, Kagha. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
Well, since we have Detect Thoughts already running, why don't we try using this? This is new to me. I must not have had this on my previous attempts. Wow, we bombed that. I wonder if we're getting in trouble.
You intrude on the circle. You intrude on my mind. More proof that outsiders must never be trusted.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike.
If you failed any of the previous dialogue trees, like I just did, you get another chance here. And if you pass the nature check, it warns you that the kid is in a little bit of danger. Your snake is prepared to kill this child. Do you want her death on your hands?
Fair words. Child, take to the others word of my grace. Sif, Teela, to me.
It hurts.
Thank you, Kagha. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Teela pierce it.
Yeah, apparently these tree huggers don't care about anything unless it's just literally nature. Apparently she also is... She just... What? Okay. Well, we're not dealing with you right now. We're dealing with this town.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
If you have good aligned characters, such as Wyll and Karlach, one would get you their approval. Since we have our evil characters with us, we'll just say, you're just protecting your own. Sometimes cruelty is required.
First you urge grace, then you speak truth. You surprised me twice over. A shame the grace period ends. The Viper's fangs have been bared. She must guard her brood. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
Zevlor believes his people will perish on the road.
And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
So, you want me to work for you, but get paid by Zevlor. I should be getting paid by you for doing your bidding, and Zevlor for helping them.
Then they soon know the sting of my venom. Get out. We have no more business.
We'll go through and pilfer everything that we can that won't get us caught. But right now, I'm not going to tie you up with that.
What will the tieflings want next? Letting the Hellchild go was a mistake.
They did a number on you, didn't they? Does that hurt? I see you. Just give me a moment.
All right.
This medicatrix. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
Healing. Looks like I came to the right person.
I do what I can. For most folks, that's enough. Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
Yeah? Look closer at my eye. There might be something that crawled in it.
Crawled in? Some sort of bug? Or... Wait, did it look like a tadpole? But from your worst nightmare? All slime, teeth, and tentacles.
Are there other kinds?
That's a serious condition. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way.
Wait till she leaves the room. So this is our one opportunity to just completely loot this room. The door shut behind her. For me, it's glitched.
On my way.
Alright, now let's go and grab everything.
Keep your distance, darling.
She won't see me since she went to the other area. What? I told you to close... Did that...
I don't want blood on my hands. We have the right to defend our home.
So apparently this door was actually closed,
to kill a bunch of innocents.
but it looked
I don't
open.
want to kill anyone.
And this door over here looks closed, but is open. Distractions aside, let's keep looting everything. We can hope, but we're not going to find much from druids. Normally, I would do all of that off camera, but since she's leaving this room during this event, this is my only chance to really have that easy of a time taking everything.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
So you killed him and laid him out on the table.
No. That was Master Halsin. A pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. All right. Let's see what we can do.
What's that plan? Will it help?
She shifts uneasily, hesitating. Something's off.
It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
I fell from a ship in the sky, but something caught me. It saved my life.
Protected from on high? Sounds like the drow. Master Halsin said he was tougher than he had any right to be. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
Well, like I said, I was on a ship. It just turned out to be a mind flayer ship. I was kidnapped and infected.
A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
Wait, I thought you could cure me. What about that branch of yours?
The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way out. I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything. Now, Do I have your word or not?
If this caught anybody off guard, you have not played enough RPGs, because there was no way we're gonna cure this parasite at the beginning of the game, okay? No, I'm not taking poison.
But you have to. Don't you understand? You could kill us all.
You what? You know what? Maybe I'll just start with killing you.
Then I've no choice. I'm sorry.
You can always flee a fight you would rather avoid. Move far away from your enemies to unlock the option.
I'm fading fast. I must heal.
My team is actually caught on the other side of this door. I don't think they can actually help me. Can you lockpick that?
I can't even see a lock to pick.
Yeah, fair enough. This is actually not going to end well for me. I probably should load and do that again without having most of my group behind the wall. I even heard the door going up during the cutscene. Yeah, I'm probably not actually going to survive this. What happens if he is defeated, but she can't reach me? I guess there's only one way to find out. He should be... Why is he not equipped with this? He should have a torch and I should have an offhand attack, but alright, we'll just in turn. I'm not expecting to win this fight anyways. Tran was burned to ash. Hi. She opened the door for me. Are you still hostile? Apparently so. Alright, I didn't do a very good job searching the room, but I was never able to get out of this room. But also, I was trying to rush my play test of things, so this might be, for me, this might be the play for me. Alright, let's lure her out of that room, so I can do a sneak attack on her.
On the move.
And we'll wait on that.
My path be true.
I don't want to kill anyone, but I won't let this grove be harmed. Not again.
I mean, no, it's not. Even though it'd be interesting to use it, it's fine. So, are we still stealth? I don't think we are. So we'll do cunning action hide. Okay.
Ridiculous.
Head over here. Flaming aura. What's that? Creature is standing within 1.5 meters of a flaming sphere and will take 2 to 12 damage at the end of its turn. Oh, okay. Get a little bit of flame. Now we're away from the flaming aura. Oh, that's fine.
I will ascend.
Oh, come on, lady. She's knocked out. So I'm not actually sure what happens as a result of knocking her out. Let's take a look at our journal. I'm curious about this. Nettie's dead. No, she's not. Serves her right for trying to poison us, but it's a bittersweet victory. We still need to find a way to deal with the parasite. Yeah, about Tran. We might need to do something about him. Let's go and loot her first. Hi, Tran. I can loot you. How do I use this?
Take you. Hell. I need to hold on.
I got experience for that. Tran, you want to die again? Alright, and also, while Tran could have leveled up to 3, there was no way he was going to survive soloing her.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
But yeah, I have no idea actually how to reopen this door. But again, like I said, when I was doing my playtests, I only checked out this room and I didn't really try super hard to loot every single item because it would take forever if I were to do a full loot of every room in town. Extraordinary happenings. While meditating in the forest, Nettie and I were ambushed by a pack of goblins, led by a drow. We had no choice but to defend ourselves. But that is not the extraordinary, or rather disturbing part. On the drow's death, a parasitic creature emerged from the corpse and attempted to escape. So why can't we just do that? Tran literally just died here? He should be cured now, right? I managed to capture it and have the host cadaver here in my study. I've told no one of my fears, that he suspects but knows better than to ask. I will investigate further before informing the others. Kagha will demand answers I don't yet have. I'd better record any further findings in a separate volume and keep them upon my person, lest prying eyes jump to the wrong conclusions. There may be like an object here that I need to open the door, and I don't know what object that would be. Hastily written note. My dear Nettie, I entrust you with this secret to open the library. Wear it always. If you need to enter the vault, talk to Wrath. He has the rune but won't give it to anyone, so be sure you have a good reason to ask. Protect my research while I'm gone and take care of the animals. Don't give Fish to Tuffet, she's getting lazy. Mr. Halson. Alright, first off, it says circlet, but when I looted her body before, I still couldn't open the door. It says talk to Wrath. When I'm in this room after the cutscene, the door is closed. I can't go talk to anybody. I think having her do that actually plays well for this recording. Maybe that's not the way I'm supposed to do it, but it certainly is kind of cool and is unique to this playthrough, right? Maybe. Notes on drow parasite. Parasite was nestled deep in the brain matter. Illithid, undoubtedly. Yet the host seemed unaware while alive. No visible signs of ceramorphosis on the cadaver. Most strange. Altered.
Looks like Halsin's our best bet for a cure.
I meant to steal it.
We gain nothing by chasing strangers. Only a Githyanki Kresh holds our cure.
This one we already read. So help ourselves with that too. How would I... It's not the circlet. I'm almost sure it's not the circlet.
Keep a blade close.
Maybe I didn't have it equipped. That might be it. I mean... Yeah, alright. Well, I'll go ahead and buy that for now. Because I was just messing around and trying to speed run through the town to get the most information so that I could record, right? I didn't want to take 36 hours to make this next video. Got a drow's letter. Let's take a look at it. Track the druid. Find whatever burrow he runs to and report back to me. Remember, you are only a scout. Do not engage. Do not kill anyone. Simply observe and return. I shall decide what we do next. So let's find this Wrath person. There was a door there, but I've not been able to open it, probably because I need 4 tablets. Wrath probably has one of these tablets and mentioned so in a note. Was the guy who wanted to help the little girl.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented.
That Kagha seems dangerous.
Well seen. Well spotted. We've let a snake replace our leader.
How did Kagha take over the whole grove?
She is first druid in Halsin's absence. With him caught or dared by goblins, None may gainsay, but more will die if her ritual is finished. I doubt those exiled by the rite will survive long outside.
I didn't skip that, he just cuts himself off there. If no one's looking for Halsin, I guess I could do it.
Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home.
Anything, you say? I mean, I'd like a more solid offer than that.
Our need is great. I will open the treasures of this grove to you, even if the Circle forbids it. Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
Ah, that must be the tablet. Let's see here. If I were to activate my stealth scanner, I can see that you are literally in the middle of everybody, so I wouldn't be able to necessarily steal from you. This next area, I only ran through once because it didn't look like I needed to devote any of my run-throughs of town to it.
Alas, I've never learned to converse with your kind.
My PC doesn't seem to lip-sync the character singing correctly, but I would try to make it happen during the video editing.
Sun will remind me. No, that doesn't work. Damn it. Dance upon the stars tonight. Smiles and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change. No. Become.
How can I put this? That sounded a little unpolished.
It sounded like a cat being strangled. God damn it.
You'd better swap that loot for a weapon. You'll need one soon enough.
Violence doesn't fix everything, you know. Music can help in ways a silly blade can't. Besides, I'm not doing this for me. This is for the people we lost on the way here. It's important.
Violence solves everything, but you know what? Let me help you finish this song.
It can't hurt. I have an extra loot, if you want.
First things first, what's the song about?
My teacher, Lihala. She loved dancing. Had 2 left feet, mind. I remember waking up one night on the road and seeing her dancing beneath the stars, a huge smile on her face. Thinking of it now, my heart hurts. And my words just seem to crumble, like ash. Wait. Words of mine will turn to ash. That's perfect.
Okay, keep going. What would you say to your teacher if she were here right now?
That it's okay. That I'll be okay. And thank you for everything.
Okay, that's what your lyrics need to say.
Moon reminds me of your grace. All the love I can't repay. Wait.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will turn to ash when you call the last light down. Moon reminds me of your grace. All the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend. Moon, sun, oh, remind me of your grace. Faith, care, Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will turn to ash when you call the last lights down. Moon reminds me of your grace. All the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend. Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away.
Sorry.
No need to be sorry, though it still needs work.
And then some. But I have the bones of the song, and that's what matters. That's the first time I've played since Lihala died. My teacher. She was playing her lute. We didn't hear the gnolls coming. There was so much blood. I can still smell it.
That sounds like some party. Hardly a unique tale of woe. You're going to need to toughen up or you won't last.
You're right. She'd have said the same. The Weeping Dawn will be my gift to Lihala. I've a long way to go. But thank you. I needed this.
On the stars tonight, smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will turn to ash.
Okay, so you can hear singing. It's saving now. The singing is not her. The singing is something else. Something Eve.
Is someone singing?
It's beautiful.
If you couldn't tell by the fact I said I died last time. And I deliberately tried to fall for all the traps. Because I thought maybe blind playthroughs weren't doing it. What if I made an informative playthrough? So I wanted to find out, for example. So tell me, you know, like, hey, up ahead, you're going to want to pass a DC 8 wisdom check. Not this one, but for the thing going on over there. I don't know if an informed playthrough is better, because it does take significantly longer to pull off. Okay, that's one treasure over there. There's another treasure. It's a polished dagger, which I don't know if will be used in a future quest, or is just a slightly more expensive dagger. You can find it if you proceed further on this way. And this is all very linear. It's not actually as confusing or anything. It's just a bunch of rows against the mountainside that you can descend at any point. And the polished dagger here has the exact same stats as a regular dagger, but its info says the symbol of the Emerald Enclave. So maybe if I bring it to them, I'll get some sort of reward, or they'll blame me for it. Who knows?
Such a pretty song.
Let's split up our group. You will head down here. We'll leave you. We'll put you up here. Make you hide once you climb up to the top.
What's next?
Sure, we'll leave you here as well. As for Tran,
Pretty song.
we're gonna go ahead and have him level up. I've been holding off because I wasn't sure if I was ready to do Paladin yet, but I haven't found weapons and armor for him as a Paladin, so we will continue to level up his Warlock for right now. I mean, that could be something. Doesn't require... You know what, let's just go ahead and get one of these, just for now. I can always replace it later. And I get to pick an Eldritch Invocation. This is a special Warlock-only ability. I can add my Charisma modifier, which is just going to be like 3 points of damage. That's not that powerful for me. I can cast Mage Armor without expending a spell slot. Actually, that doesn't sound that bad. What is Mage Armor like these days? It doesn't actually tell me what this... Why are you not going to tell me what the spell is? Seriously. It doesn't even say here, right? It's... Alright, fine. Replace spell is that one of my current spells? No, it's not. I could replace Hellish Rebuke if I wanted to. Okay, well, that actually doesn't sound bad. I could just cast it, keep it up, essentially. Beast Speech. Then I would no longer need to rely on the Barbarian doing it, but, I mean, we already have her with the perk, or Wyll with his spell, so we've got 2 forms of it already. Beguiling Influence gives me Efficiency and Deception Persuasion, already got that. Devil's Sight, you can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical to a distance of 24 meters. Now, in the very first episode where I was talking about character creation, I used to play a lot of, I guess, online D&D stuff, and I'd always was throwing around Magic Darkness and using True Seeing to kill everybody in it. I think we're going to go with Devil's Sight. I don't know if they have darkness in this game. They did have silence and invisibility so far. You can cast False Life for a weak 7 hit points. Disguise Self without expending a spell slot. It sounds okay, but it's not that big a deal. We already have a priest that can cast that. I can learn to cast one with Shadows. That gives me what, like stealth checks? Vanish into darkness becomes invisible as long as I stand still. Huh. Alright, I mean, that's... You can't win the game by standing still, so I'm not sure if we would be able to use that too well. Pelling Blast. When you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, I can push 4.5 meters away. Once per rest, I can cast Bane using a Warlock spell slot. That sounds awful. So maybe Armor of Shadows? Mage Armor increases your armor class when you aren't wearing armor. I mean, this would have been better if I had picked one... was it the Dragonborn class? It was one of those classes that gives you armor value without... as long as you're not armored. I was thinking about teaming that up with like a monk and then become insanely hard to hit. So I think Armor of Shadows or... I like damage more than I like pushing. I guess we'll do Agonizing Blast. I mean, I can't change this later, right? It doesn't say that I can change this later. Otherwise, I might do Armor of Shadows. But since I'm intending on doing Paladin later, this won't matter. All right, I really think that's the only option for me. Agonizing Blast it is. Mirror Image has typically been a cool spell. You might think about using that. Imagine a paladin with Mirror Image. Ooh, there's darkness right there. Alright, we'll go and put that on him. Your patron bestows a gift upon you for your loyal service. Choose one of the following packs. I can summon a familiar. I don't see this as being as valuable as Pact of the Blade. It says here, packed weapons use the wielder's spellcasting ability modifier. What I don't get about this is, I mean, unless something else is able to get Pact of the Blade, you might as well just say Charisma. Maybe they're leaving it open, but I'm not familiar with 5th edition rules, and I don't know who else can get Pact of the Blade. So I think we'll do Pact of the Blade. The other option is being able to cast Guidance, Vicious Mockery, and Thorn Whip. And, I mean, we already have Guidance from the Cleric. Vicious Mockery is a cool cantrip, but that's already on our Bard. Thorn Whip, we're already going to be casting spells on the guy, and I don't need to pull an enemy close. Well, I mean, I guess Thorn Whip would be kind of cool as a Paladin. Alright, well, we would still rather do the damage, so Pact of the Blade it is. Yeah, I built a lot of charisma-based soldiers. I guess back when AOL was still a thing, America Online. So we're just going to organize this real fast. So we have level 1 spell, class action, darkness, level 2. Let's go and bind a packed weapon. Do I get to pick, or does it bind my axe? Okay, well, it's bound, apparently, my hand axe, which is fine. Is it really bound? I guess. Alright, fine. It's not like he has very many proficiencies for anything else. We're gonna go ahead and equip Light Source, so that way he can set... I mean, I have daggers, especially the polished dagger we already picked up. It does 1 to 4, but the torch does 2 to 8. So this torch makes a better secondary weapon than the dagger. Alright, let's go ahead and cast Armor of Agathis. And that gives me 5 additional hit points plus 5 cold damage per level. Why does it say plus 10 here?
Such a pretty song.
What? Oh, upcast. Okay. Let's see, is there anything else I needed to do?
Please.
We could short rest, but we're gonna hold off on that. Silence is a level 2 spell. We have blindness, spiritual evocation. Maybe we'll cast this. It doesn't seem like it has a timer, so we'll go and just summon it right now. Okay. Well, I'm gonna assume that the maul sounds pretty amazing. Oh, there! I see the timer now. So we may not want. Yeah, we'll go and cast it now. It's fine. I'm sure the battle will probably be over within 10 turns, one way or another.
Such a pretty song.
Okay, I definitely clicked on this, but when they're not grouped, no, come back here.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
When they're not grouped, you have to double click for whatever reason. The game thinks you didn't mean to click that.
Shh. Listen.
Yeah, our immediate option should be pull the kid to the side, but whatever. We'll play along. You shouldn't be standing out in the water. It's dangerous.
Don't you hear it? It's so peaceful.
Yeah, you know what? I don't hear anything. Why don't you come back to the shore, kid?
No. It's just a bit of water. I only want to listen. Just a little closer. Yes, everything's gonna be fine once I get there.
These tieflings have got to do a better job keeping an eye on their kids. I'm guessing everybody failed their wisdom check because they have red on their icons. Yeah, he's lured, so he's going to be running over. I don't have control over anything right now. In fact, it looks like everybody failed their wisdom check.
My wounds are
Critical hit, 18 damage. Jeez. Reactions. Once per round, a character can react to another reaction. She's running around trying to just get eaten because I'm not controlling this. Remember that they've all failed their wisdom checks, so I might be too low level to do this. My characters are level 3, and so are these harpies.
I can't take much more.
Foul-winged charlatan! Your tricks will cost you.
Rich.
I know my characters weren't fully healthy, but I don't think that would have made a difference. I'm getting critically hit.
It's time.
He resisted a song. 2 people are already down. I guess we could try to salvage the situation, but realistically, I should probably just load. I went through the characters and made sure that everything was the way we like it. Level 2 is down here and so forth. One thing we will go ahead and do is we'll go and do a short rest.
That should more than suffice.
And then we'll go and do Pact of the Blade. This will make us proficient with whatever weapon we summon. I don't know, we'll say Warhammer. Not proficient. Your lack of training means you won't add your proficiency bonus to attack rolls with this weapon or use its special weapon actions. I thought this meant what?
Such a pretty song.
Okay, well, I guess it equipped it and then it applied my packed weapon a bonus because I do think yeah, it says I'm proficient with it now. It just gave me the not proficient tooltip. Fine, whatever. And then Armor of Agathis. And we can upcast it. Does that mean I cast it a second time? I'm not 100% sure that's what that means. I'm not familiar with the term upcast, so we'll try casting it again and see if we get upcast. What is upcast? Alright, it doesn't say anything about it when I hover over it, but let's try upcasting this. So I guess maybe you cast it again. Okay, it's still plus 10 hit points. Oh, I get it. Okay, I get it. Right here, where the big exclamation mark is, this is costing me level 2 spell slot. So I did just waste a spell. Good job, me. Even though this is a level 1 abjuration spell, this is costing me level 2 slots, and the old 5 hit points is getting upcast with an additional 5 hit points and 5 cold damage. It wasn't actually the hit points I was caring about, it's just that that's the easiest thing for me to see. I wanted the cold damage, because they are melee enemies. So yeah, I was already automatically upcasting this, and it doesn't look like I can cast level 1 spells, I don't think. Doesn't look like it. Everything looks like it's level 2. You can see here that this used to be 1 to 12 lightning, now it is 2d12 or 2 to 24 lightning. Alright, I understand Warlock's a little better now. I did in the very beginning, episode 0, say like, hey, Warlocks are new to me. So yeah, I messed up there. We'll hold off on him for a second. You can do athletics.
What's next?
We'll have you cast this one because that's the image for spiritual weapon. How long does this last? 10 turns. Can we cast a second one? I don't know. It doesn't say I'm only allowed to cast one, but we can only test. It is dead. Fantastic. I've wasted 2 level 2 spells before entering battle. So he's already coated this other weapon in poison. Now we will begin.
Such a pretty song.
Looks like Lae'zel.
What is this? I will have your head, Harpy.
What? Well, she was red earlier, but I'm okay, maybe not. I don't know. But nobody is in. He was up here. So maybe they were both lured and they succeeded their role at some point. Lae'zel failed, Astarion failed. Okay. I guess they did fail, but at some point they recovered. I'm not sure why I'm getting a turn right now, but okay, this is actually not too bad. I don't think I can sneak attack you, can I? Oh, because this is first round, I can sneak attack you. Switch back to blade, and we'll fall back.
Maneuver them.
Okay, Tran is not lured, I don't think. Not enough movement to fly there. Seriously? Fine, let's just stay in here for now and maybe we'll get enough movement later. These guys are very good at critical hits, and I'm apparently very good at critical miss.
Onward.
Can I interrupt her spell? Or her concentration luring song? What? Success. Alright, now I don't have to deal with that any further. But I do have Sanctuary, which I could cast on Murkon or someone who's lured, and that would also look pretty cool. But it isn't necessary since I was able to knock her out of it. Okay, that was actually very good. But yeah, that's the whole reason I keep Sanctuary around. It has a lot of versatility. The enemy just can't do anything to you. So is this a two-handed weapon? I mean, I don't know for sure if Warhammer... In Neverwinter Nights, it was not a two-handed weapon, so I click flame. Okay, no. Oh, that cost me an action to check. Okay, so in Neverwinter Nights, Warhammer, I thought, was a one-handed weapon. So I just wasted my turn equipping the torch.
Keep guessing.
It's time to feast.
Who's being lured? None of my characters are being lured, it looks like. Resisted, lowering song. Or maybe they just haven't gotten their chance to do their check yet. Can I fly down there and hit her? Not enough resources, movement speed. Can't reach destination. Lae'zel used an opportunity attack, I think because it was trying to move away. Let's go ahead and second wind. Or not second wind. Action surge. Try again. Alright. And maybe we'll pommel strike it. Not killing it with 1 damage left to go.
Let's finish this.
I would like to. What can I do about you? I guess we Eldritch Blast. I only have 50% chance to hit you. Oh wait, that's because I have the... If I switch back to the mall, I'm going to... It's fine. Apparently I can only bind the torch outside of combat. Not that I want to bind the torch, but if I switch back to the other weapon, I think that's going to cost me my action. Just switching to the torch cost me an action. So the reason why I have the torch as an intended offhand weapon is because they count as a bonus action if I were to swing and hit something. Can I switch? No. What if I run up to you? Oh, because this is in it's in his right hand. It's fine. It's not an offhand. It is his main hand attack. I can't actually hit her and try to finish her off.
Got to focus.
Alright, so everybody is done except you, so we'll try to kill this one. Looks like swinging is your best chance of accuracy. And it's a miss. Let's see, you are the harpy that goes next, so we will go and sanctuary the kid. As I said, it has many options here. I guess we'll try to finish you off. 85% chance. Is it any better if I do a sneak attack? No. I assume none of these increases my accuracy any.
You fight well. Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant...
Are they gone?
Well, kid, you ran back here. Stop sniveling or they'll be back. They like tasty little tiefling kids. Trying to loot this corpse. I mean, not that there's anything on it, but generally in video games, and I'm not saying it has to here, but generally in video games, you get some sort of reward for defeating monsters like this. Okay, I got a bone. Anything up here? Alt won't tell me anything's up here until I get close enough to look. There's a chest. Is that it? Okay. Not everything is highlighted when you hold Alt. So that's why wiggle the mouse is around as well. That whole 47 gold. I don't even know if my bottle of poison was that worth that amount. Not that I think his poison actually did anything.
So, Gith, aren't you worried your kind will punish you for consorting with us?
My name is Lae'zel Lv, and my kin will understand my need for servants. They will help you, but only if I ask.
If I ever stand still like that, it's to let them finish talking. If I start running up there, Volo's gonna start screaming and you won't be able to hear them talk.
Take you.
Should mind my step.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a gnoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our Little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
I saved your daughter. Got anything more than a thanks for me?
I did, but I was robbed. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Marry. All we can offer is our thanks. Arabella?
Thank you for helping me.
She says that, but then we get this, and I did not rob her. Arabella is safe. Her parents are grateful for our
I
intervention.
was fine.
Your mother was a heartbeat away from fighting a bear.
Isn't that how Mum usually is?
Quiet, you pup.
Not now. We're working. Remember?
Come on.
Just once.
We get Volo's spamming over there, but I don't get to see what they had to say because the pop-up of the dancing lights necklace was on screen. It might be useful for the thief, only so that he could illuminate targets. I'm not sure. Alright, so have your best perception person walk forward on this one. We'll go ahead and have Shadowheart cast on you. For intentional dice rolls that you make a choice on, you get to cast guidance ahead of time. But this is a side effect dice roll.
I was trying to help.
Hold out your hand, mister. Let me show you something. Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky.
Nice sleight of hand. Hammers flourish, right?
I never learned names or anything. Just the tricks. Anyway, forget that. Take the ring. I want to show you how lucky it is.
Vanish the ring with a reverse Hammer's Flourish. What? Okay, thankfully with all these bonuses I passed the check, but Sheesh. I am bad at rolls. My kids say I have dad luck.
Weeping, bleeding hells! Okay, maybe you don't need extra luck. But since you're already holding the thing, call it. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads it is. See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap too. Interested?
You can drop the app.
I don't know what you mean.
Come on. This is a Tinker's trash scam. A clumsy one.
Hey, that hurts. I'm running an honest... okay, what's a Tinker's trash?
It's when the scammer offers the target a magic object,
Uh-huh.
then rigs a game to gain the target's trust and sell them trash.
Huh. Interesting. And I promise this isn't a Tinker's trash scam.
Then what kind of con is it?
Look, I swear to you, these rings are the real deal. I promise I'm not running a scam. Last chance. You want to look at my stuff or not?
Very well. Here's your ring. Let's trade.
I knew it. Hang on. That's what I got.
Unfortunately, we failed the perception check. We'll get another perception check as we leave. If you buy something, he'll actually comment on it. So why don't we go and buy, I don't know, maybe these thieves' tools. His ring of being really invisible. You can get that for 6 gold and he'd be really invisible. You know what? Let's just humor him and we'll pick up that. That sounds good.
You bought something.
You suddenly feel something moving against your back and turn.
I didn't skip any scenes there. I didn't hit spacebar. I didn't cut anything. That was literally how the game just progressed right there. Well, now, someone's starting young. Who taught you that?
One of the big kids. How did you catch me?
You were just unlucky this time, but you've got talent, I can tell.
Wow, thank you. I guess I'll try harder not to get caught next time. Bye.
But we got caught on the way in. I've never actually passed that perception check on the way in, but I'm pretty sure you lose gold at that point.
Hey, you here to trade or?
Your partner's a thief.
Yeah, I know. I was standing right here telling her to rob you.
You could at least pretend to be sorry.
I am sorry. Sorry we're still talking about this. Look, you caught her. Good for you. You aren't a chump like everyone else around here. Now, do me a favor. Make room for the chumps.
Care about us.
Lovely little children, aren't they?
No one does. We have to look after ourselves.
We could help each other. Fight the goblins together. Instead, these fools are trying to chase us away.
He stares right past you, as if you're invisible. Or boring.
Are you alright?
He's still staring right past you.
Alright, I'll bite.
You see nothing out of the ordinary. As you turn back, the child slips between the rocks.
What have we here?
You find the edges of a concealed entrance.
Now we can enter. You might have to shrink yourself because I've not been able to enter this, but you might have to cast Reduce to enter that or have a gnome or something. I don't know. But you can enter this, and I've never seen anything good as a result of entering this. Actually, I'll just do it just for the recording purposes. If you enter down here, you'll probably regret it. Alright, we'll go ahead and have her cast Guidance again.
Let's go. Well, look who's come to visit. My kids say you've been busy since you got here. Mercon says you got him out of a tight spot with some harpies. Gotta say, I'm impressed. You saved Arabella from the druids. Don't know what those bastards would have done. And thanks for going easy on Sylphie. Not many marks would have done the same.
Why are you running all these schemes and swindles? Risky, you know.
We're saving up for a better hideout when we get to Baldur's Gate. Why? You planning on telling me stealing is wrong?
Quite the opposite. I want to invest in the newest Thieves Guild on the Sword Coast.
Won't turn down free money. I've got operating costs you wouldn't believe. Come see me in the city sometime, huh? I'll repay this and then some. See you around, maybe. Never see us coming.
And if you enter down here without having gained that child's trust, she'll just call the guards on you. And you can use a deception check on the guards to not get your teeth kicked in. In my notes, I've labeled this as moles, rats. I'm gonna think it's stupid if the game makers actually named her Thieves Guild, if that is a Thieves Guild, that. We're gonna pull Shadowheart to the side and make her buzz off.
Ever onward.
Because she won't like what's about to happen next. Now, you can talk to this guy without Lae'zel, but you won't get any information and quest will not progress. You won't remember Zoru at all, but when you are rescuing Lae'zel from a cage, the tieflings there, they talk about how Zoru met another Githyanki.
By Mordai's eyes, another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
Lower.
On your knees. She won't say it again.
You saw another Gith. Where?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us, for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly. Straight to the other side.
No twisting. Kin must have been in a hurry. The map. Show me. Up. You can keep your innards.
Oh, you're not going to eviscerate him? I was hoping for a show.
Cool your blood. I'll indulge you soon enough.
Alright, what I don't get is why this threatening even works in the first place. I guarantee you that if I was to start attacking him, the guards would crush me. Alright, with Zoru out of the way. And make sure she's not looking.
What fun.
Swing and swivel and wait. Great.
So this is an illegal area to walk in, and that's fine. We can kind of sweet talk our way through. That's our chosen option since we are charisma based.
Stop! This place is off limits. Leave.
If you fail this, it's okay. You still get the options here, but if you succeed, you automatically move on to the next dialogue tree.
You note her grimace of pain. Something is wrong with her legs.
Damn it! Don't look at me like that. You can stay. Just keep your hands to yourself, all right?
Need a hand up?
I'd just fall back down. Legs are as steady as a foal's. bloody potion.
Don't worry, you're not the only one to have trouble standing after too many potions.
I'm not drunk. I just can't stand. I wanted an edge against the goblins, and I got it. I'm as strong as a bugbear. And fearless. But the old lady, she warned me of side effects. Should have listened. Now I'm stuck guarding crates.
You must feel pretty useless.
And then some. Just hope this wears off soon.
Alright, holding shift you can see what her line of sight is.
To happen.
You can actually steal everything that she's not looking at, including the chest she's leaning on. For the time being, I'll also show you what you can do. So once you've stolen everything she can't see, go and cure her and she'll move position. You can't pickpocket her. I see it looks like she's just sitting through the floor. That's fine. This is from the dialogue we were having. Because they don't have a pose for that. Anyways, if you try to pickpocket from her, you'll automatically fail.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
I do not have Cure Paralysis on me right now. Lesser Restoration. That's fine. But know that you can cure her paralysis with that. And she will move to over here and look at the rest of the room, making it even harder to steal.
Best be on my way.
I don't know if there's an extra dialogue with that door before or after talking to Zevlon, so we're going to talk to Zevlon first. These guys are the ones you convince to stay, but they make it harder to steal an area, because that's where they loiter now.
What I wouldn't do for better tools.
If you've stolen his key, you can open this chest, and I don't think there's really anything significant inside it.
You're the one who helped at the gate. Glad to have another sword. We might need it.
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it?
It is quite the choice. Leaving the grove might be the best option. I could help.
It's good of you to offer, but there's a whole army of goblins out there. We'd need an army of our own to escort us safely to Baldur's Gate. And while I don't doubt your abilities, you're no army. There may be a way, though. Goblins are ill-disciplined. It's unlike them to organize so cleverly. Somebody must be leading them, bringing discipline to their ranks. Take out that leadership, and they'll scatter. It's no small thing to ask, but I've seen you fight. You're equal to the task.
That's true, but the question is, can you pay me?
I suppose so. We don't have much, but we'll scrape together whatever we can.
It still sounds like suicide, so you better make sure it's enough.
Of course. Everything we have, anything we can give you, we will. We'll be ready to leave as soon as you give word. Scouts yet?
No, sir. But if there's a clear path past those goblins, they'll find it.
Yes. Of course.
There are other options we could have picked when discussing things with Zevlor.
Our time grows short. If Kagha won't abandon her madness, then we'll have to try the road, goblins or no.
You can't let the druids force you out.
So long as Kagha leads them, we'll never be safe here. If you're suggesting we remove her...
That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
A low thought. But I'd be lying if I said I hadn't considered it. But the druids would slaughter us. We'd have to get close to Kagha, within striking distance. I can't manage that. But they've already let you pass once.
And what would that privilege be worth to you?
To get these people to Baldur's Gate? Everything. I'm still hoping Kagha can be swayed from this madness. But if not, leaders need to make tough decisions. We do what we must. Any word on what we discussed about Kagha?
I haven't even left the room yet, old man. I wanted to discuss something else.
What is it?
Why did Halsin go with the adventurers?
Some artifact Aradin was hunting. I don't know any more than that, and I don't want to. This grove is poorer for losing Halsin, but I have my own people's concerns to look to.
Commander.
Just Zevlor, Tilly. We're civilians now, remember?
With respect, sir, being a Hellrider is for life. They can't take...
They can, and did. Avernus changed things. Best we get used to that.
Yes. Zevlor.
He does carry Hellrider gauntlets, which, if I remember correctly, give you a small bonus to something like saving throws after you heal somebody. They do not count as a medium or heavy armor, so even your mage can wear that. This way will lead back to the merchant.
Roland shows off his thunder wave.
Depends. How many people are dumb enough to ask?
True.
And we'll have a dog, right?
They don't allow them in Baldur's Gate. Cats, though?
A little orange cat. And a house with a little door so that it can come and go as it pleases.
And a high fence to keep eavesdroppers out.
2 tiefling refugee. You'll be lucky to get a square of dirt at a public house.
If that's what we're offered, we'll take it. Everyone's got to start somewhere.
Optimism, my friend. Try it out.
They're nice people. I like them.
Who uses wooden tools? One more time.
You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can.
A bowl of grey goo. Reminds me of home.
You've been on hard times too, huh?
You can get 2 bowls of gruel if you care. No worse than what you're facing now.
Look in your eyes says otherwise. Here, have more. We'll need every bit of strength to make it to Baldur's Gate. Trust me.
And each one, I think, is just worth 1 camp supply. Where is it? Seriously, where is it? Oh, it's probably in my backpack. There it is. Yeah, it's 1 camp supply. Also, you can get every single character to go up to her and talk to her, and some of them have their own things to say. We'll use Lae'zel as an example.
I crave blood. You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can.
She will say that regardless of if the person was involved in the battle at the gate or not. This slop is beneath me.
See how you feel when your pack is empty. It'll be this or a handful of weeds. We'll need every bit of strength to make it to Baldur's Gate. Trust me. Where did I put that oak bucket?
No character can talk to her for another dose of gruel.
Why, hello there, sweetness.
Auntie Etha will have different dialogue for everybody you bring up, so let's try bring Astarion here. If I could just click on her instead of everything else.
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Depends.
If it isn't the talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh. Interesting to see you strutting about in the sun. Ain't seen that before. And Auntie Ethel's seen her fair share. Still, you're looking a little pasty, love. I've just the thing to perk you up.
Well, aren't you a perceptive one, madam?
I'm just curious about curiosities is all. And you seem like quite the curiosity. Aha! You take a sup at that and you'll feel right as rain, sweetie.
This is an expertly made healing potion. Nicely done.
Oh, stop with the sweet talk. Here, take the end of the bat, just in case. I'm sorry to go on about it, but are you all right? You're looking awful peaky.
I've been better. It's difficult to explain.
Oh, I've seen it all. I once had a fella who'd been caught dabbling with a dryad. The wife was none too pleased and introduced him to a pot of boiling oil. But worry not. I fixed him up, and depending on the lighting, he looks good as new. My point is, whatever ails you, I promise I've seen worse.
Something doesn't add up about this one. Don't tell her anything.
What is it, Petal? What's wrong?
Your teammates will typically advise you not to talk to her about this, but Astarion will say like, hey, this sounds fun, tell her. If you must know, dearie, I've got a mind flayer parasite in my head.
As you recount your adventure, Auntie Ethel nods along, her eyes wide.
You poor pet! My heart goes out to you, truly. I see no sign of a tentacle yet, but that could change in an instant. You need help. Serious help. I've ne'er a potion or lotion here that could do it, but... yes, I may have something at home.
That's precious little use to me, is it?
Why don't you pop by and we can have a little chat about it? I do love me a handsome gentleman caller. Especially if he has a tentacle issue. I'll be heading home soon. Here, let me mark it on your map, just in case. Now, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale.
What harm? Show me your wares.
Hey, bother.
If you steal from her, she runs away. Even if you successfully steal from her, you're gonna go ahead and exit out.
Be careful on the road. I'd hate if something happened to you. Take care, Petal.
I placed Lae'zel with Karlach for the next segment.
Quick, don't be grumpy, Roland. We'll get to the city soon.
I am not grumpy.
The scowl on your face would frighten a troll.
You're an idiot.
Thought I sensed an infernal around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story?
I spent a good bit of time in the Hells. Enlisted against my will by the Archdevil Zariel. Same as you, I suppose, if you're from Elturel. The devils were delighted when your city was swallowed up. I thought they had you for keeps. Glad you got out.
I got lucky. It looks like you did too. And you brought some infernal machinery with you.
A little gift from Zariel. Keeps me burning hot.
Very hot by the smell of it. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen?
Be my guest. But don't get too close or your eyes will melt shut.
Phew! You really are burning up. Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallurgized demono valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky. I might be able to help, but I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. That thing isn't meant to operate outside of Ernest. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running the way it's going.
Will you be able to turn down the temperature a little? Worried I'm gonna go in for a handshake and singe someone's arm off one of these days.
I'd worry about surviving the night first. But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your engine and allow you to touch whomever you please.
Where should we look for infernal iron?
I've sensed some during our travels. It has a pull to it. Absolutely magnetic, once you know what you're looking for. I can show you where I'd look.
That's why I asked. Personally, I'd like to know what infernal iron is worth.
Not much to a regular smith, but a fair bit to a canny buyer.
Not that that matters. We want to use it, not sell it.
If you keep your mind open, Karlach, we'll keep our eyes open for some iron.
Meanwhile, I've still got plenty of weapons and armor in stock if you're looking to load up.
And he does sell stuff that would be an upgrade for us. I'm gonna pilfer it all off camera.
Forged from the heart.
One of the other reasons why we brought Karlach is she gets an approval if we step in here. Oops, I didn't mean to close it.
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way!
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with.
I remember during the cutscene on the gate that there was a tiefling in green with a crossbow. So this is probably her, which makes sense. But I don't know why she would have left immediately after Cannon died. But alright, we're going to step between the crossbow and the goblin. Gale, who was not here, immediately approves.
Looks like the Absolute sent me a protector. You're gonna kill him too? You, move!
We're gonna go ahead and consume another scroll of Detect Thoughts. I wouldn't do this if I weren't recording. If I were playing by myself, I would save the scroll because I'm greedy now. But for recording purposes, I want you to see all the cool options.
Cannon would hate me for this, but he's not here. They took him from me.
Since it's concentration based, I probably lost it when we fought the Harpies. What would Cannon think of you now?
Don't you dare! Damn you. Damn it! Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies?
If you fail that, however, you immediately go hostile, so it's probably best you don't pick it. If she dies, she takes everything she knows to the grave.
If you believe anything the beast tells you, you're an idiot.
It's all right, Arca. Let's go.
Now, we saw that Karlach approved.
You're gonna be sorry! Every last one of you!
We saw that Karlach approved, and if you agree to Saza's request, Karlach will approve again, but then if you actually fulfill Saza's request, Karlach will disapprove.
Ain't sure why you're protecting me. Don't care, neither. It's too late to make friends, warg meat. My tribe's coming. They're gonna burn this pretty place for the glory of the Absolute and hang you by your guts.
Who is this Absolute you're so fond of? Your god?
Goddess. We're burning her name across the face of the world, we are. The Absolute is gold from the sky, she is. The blessing in the storm and the storm itself.
An all-powerful goddess that can't get you out of a cage.
Maybe she sent you to help me. And you will, if you want to save your skin. And if the teeth stick a few arrows in us on the way out of here, don't worry. Priestess Gut will patch us up. Got a whole lab set up. Cooks up potions that fix our lads, no matter how much of a beating they take. Could probably stick your head back on if someone was to chop it off. Mighty booyog.
I wonder how she feels about trepanning.
Well, I'd certainly like to meet her.
Get me out of here, and I'll tell you where to find her. Deal?
You already told me what I need to know. I'll find the priestess myself.
Even if you did find my tribe, they'd set the wargs on you. You need me. Get me out of here, and I'll tell them what a good friend you are.
Not a chance. You can rot in that cage.
Suit yourself. Looking forward to seeing what your innards look like.
If you did break her out.
Oh, you teeths are all boring. Even your cages are boring.
If you did break her out and you chose to exit out the front door, which,
right.
you know, it's kind of crazy.
I've got food. Water.
Everybody's talking.
My dagger.
They'll see you, and you can actually roll a deception to say that this is part of your plan, and they agree, but the game is bugged. it sounds like they're supposed to let you through.
I'm gonna bite the heads off your kids.
Scroll away from all these yelling people. The guards say that they're going to let you through, but battle begins anyways. This is currently being recorded on August 13th, so I'm sure that they'll eventually patch that, but anybody willing to free Saza is probably not taking that route, so the developers probably do not know this is an issue. What you could do is there's a back area. If you get arrested, you end up here, and you have to break this broken door and go out this way. There's an exit out further along this way. Let's go take a look for that.
I already met your friend. You here to get me out of here?
I think Shadowheart tried to open the door by accident. Let's just go.
You're gonna be sorry! Every last one of you!
Something over there.
Going out this way would lead us to a new area, which I've not actually explored. I really just wanted to cover content of this zone. Because there was a lot to cover, especially if I was doing multiple playthroughs.
I don't like the look of that mushroom. I should stay clear.
Stop. Thanks, Shadowheart. Thank you so much, Shadowheart.
Watch your back.
Is this a thing that you can actually... There's a wooden barrel on the way. Let's go and just pick up the wooden barrel. And that just explodes. Alright, fine, whatever. So this leads back into where this chick will alert you for trespassing. And one thing that I've learned by entering this warehouse is all of these chests, they stack up to make a stairway. You can actually stack your own chest to make a stairway. All these chests, by the way, are empty. So if you were to just examine, it's 1 pound. I'm sorry, 10 pound. That's the base weight. I've opened them all. And there's nothing in them. If you enjoy this content, please leave a like. It really does help so much. Even if one person hits that like button, I will have doubled the amount of likes on these videos. It really helps a small channel like this. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next episode.